What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and on today, May 25th, the real Star Wars Day, and I will get to that in a second. I've been thinking a lot about fandom, especially in the aftermath of this incredible fan victory, maybe one of the biggest fan victories we've ever seen, with the hashtag Release the Snyder Cut movement, with the official announcement that the Zack Snyder Cut of Justice League will be coming to HBO Max in 2021. And as kind of a side note, I had a great live stream with several members of the Release the Snyder Cut movement: Abu Nas, Fatal J, Lethal Lightning, myself, Steph from My Nerdy Home, and then also Andy Signor, someone who we had been talking to, get a little argument on Twitter about. He came on, we had a great discussion about the Snyder Cut movement and fandom and everything. Highly recommend you check that out. It is on my live channel, my backup channel right now. I will leave a link in the pinned comment below for you to check that channel out. But I've been thinking a lot about Star Wars fandom and what a kind of victory like this means to us. Now, like I said, today's the real Star Wars Day, in my opinion, and I tweeted this out. This is why today is hashtag Star Wars Day. And you can see from Star Wars stuff, 43 years ago today, Star Wars was born. The greatest cinematic story ever told. And yeah, 1977, May 25th, Star Wars came out in theaters, and just seeing some of these shots really draws you back. That's why Star Wars holds such a great power for so many people, even still after everything that's happened since Disney took over. And you see some of these shots and you can't help but think about the first time that you watched this. I remember the first time I think I watched Star Wars was on VHS at my grandpa's house with the old school, cartoonish Luke holding up the lightsaber above his head with the absolutely ripped chest and everything. And the universe that George Lucas created for us is something that we haven't seen since and may never see again. How unique it was and what he was able to do to capture so many people in the world based on his story that he told. And that story has led to so many different things. And for me, Star Wars, the movies were always incredible. I love the 6 movies that we got. But sitting behind me right here, the Star Wars Expanded Universe was the thing that I really put so much of my my energy into, because you look at all of these novels, and of course behind all my hats here, there's just stacks and stacks of more novels too. You look at all these novels, and you realize what a grand universe this was. The Star Wars Expanded Universe, basically from when those movies came out all the way up until 2014, when Disney decided to decanonize it, get rid of it, rebrand it as Legends, and move on with their own thing. And I mean, you can see right here, this article: Star Wars rewrites history. Books, comics, no longer official. And of course, on the official Star Wars page, the legendary Star Wars Expanded Universe turns a new page. April 25th, 2014. And that day for me was awful. It was tragic. It was like all these things that I had put so much of my time into, it was like they didn't care. Even though people like Bob Iger said, Star Wars is so vast. We have 17,000 characters which we to work with.
The Star Wars universe now has more than 17,000 characters, inhabiting several thousand planets and spanning 20,000 years. And this gives Disney infinite inspiration and opportunities to continue the epic Star Wars saga.
Most of those are from the Star Wars Expanded Universe. You heard George talk about all the books and all the comics, all the video games. All of that was part of what he was selling to Disney, and that he trusted Kathleen Kennedy to kind of keep it sacred.
I have story treatments of 7, 8, and 9 and a bunch of other movies, and obviously we have hundreds of books and comics and everything you could possibly imagine. So, I sort of moved that treasure trove of stories and various things to Kathy, and I have complete confidence that she's going to take them and make great movies.
And of course, we know what's happened since then. ever since then, there's been a lot of different things from people who were Expanded Universe fans, whether it was the, hashtag Give Us Legends campaign, whether it's hashtag I Choose Legends, anything, because we know that there are so many more stories to be told in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. And with what just happened with the Snyder Cut, it gives me hope. It gives me hope. Now, recently, we had a billboard project that went up in San Francisco around Lucasfilm. It's very unfortunate that COVID hit right as these billboards went up. It's extremely unfortunate because that could have been something so incredible for the Expanded Universe fan base to have, once again, have all this attention drawn to these people who still want Legends, who still want the Star Wars Expanded Universe. And I'm really proud that we were able to raise the money and get those billboards up in such a quick amount of time. And shout out to everybody who helped donate, promote anything like that for these billboards. But the Snyder Cut victory gives me hope that we should not give up the fight. That if this is something you want to see, you should voice your opinion. Use the hashtag #GiveUsLegends. Post your stories about your favorite stories from the Expanded Universe, now known as Legends. Talk about what you wanted to see. We know there were stories in the works. The Sword of the Jedi trilogy. You want to talk about a strong female character, Disney? Why didn't you give us the Sword of the Jedi trilogy? That would have been incredible. And I'm going to recommit myself to making a better effort when it comes to drawing attention to the Star Wars Expanded Universe, because this has given me so much hope. I am going to do more Expanded Universe, whether it's book reviews, whether it's lore videos, whatever. I'm going to do more of that because I think that now, showing that these multi-billion-dollar corporations, if you show them that it could be worth it, then they might just do it. Thank you to all the hashtag Release the Snyder Cut fans who have been doing this for 2.5 years. And there's a lot of Expanded Universe fans who have been doing that, talking about the EU, asking for them to give us more Legends for years. Thank you to you. And just because it's something that you don't necessarily agree with doesn't mean that the sentiment can't be there. For instance, this is trending right now. Hashtag Make Solo 2 Happen. Now, I thought Solo was trash. It lost money. Solo lost money. I think that Solo 2 would also probably lose money. However, there's a big difference between Release the Snyder Cut and Make Solo 2, a movie that was filmed and a movie that has not been filmed or even really conceived of in any way. But the fact is, if they could show, if there was enough Make Solo 2 happen fans out there, and they worked for long enough, their voices kept being heard for long enough by Disney, maybe Disney should actually make Solo 2 happen. If that's what they show that so many fans want, maybe they should. It's not going to be for me. I'm probably not going to watch it, but you know what? If there's enough people that tell Disney over and over and over again for years, then maybe they should consider it. This has really given me more hope and put things in a more positive light for me. So again, that doesn't mean that every one of my videos is going to be positive. That doesn't mean that Disney Star Wars videos on my channel might be positive. But I am going to try to focus a little bit more on this chance, this hope that is there, that I can get these stories continued, because there is a chance. If Warner Brothers and AT&T can release the Snyder Cut, then Disney and Lucasfilm can damn sure give us Legends. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on a little more on my channel and on my social media. But let me know what you guys think. Is this Release the Snyder Cut movement shown you anything? Has it told you anything about fandom? Do you think that more things are possible now that we have kind of had this victory? Are more studios, are more corporations maybe going to be a little more willing to listen? Or do we really need to see how this is going to play out on HBO Max in 2021 before we see any other studios really budge on anything? For me, I'm stoked about the Snyder Cut for sure, and it's kind of given me a little more hope about something that, happened 6 years ago, April 25th, 2014. But now I think it might actually be more of a possibility today than it was yesterday. Let me know what you think on this Star Wars Day, May 25th, the real Star Wars Day, because it matters. That's when Star Wars was born. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.